Hello, everyone. What's going on? This is your boy Teck One. That's my brother Gio. Remember us?
I know,
Feels like
right?
it's been a year, so we're trying
Hasn't it?
to. Feels like it. So we're kind of just coming on here, man. At least to talk about the game tonight
The game.
and
That's what's
the
up.
game, and also to slowly get back into the podcast thing again because feels like it's been a while. So
No, it wasn't too bad.
um,
It was too long, but it wasn't too bad. I guess whatever. Let's keep it going. We're here now. We got 29 minutes before the game goes. So what do we got?
Well, the game is tonight. It's game four, and Celtics is no, hold on a second. Yeah, it is game four. What am I talking about? It's 2-1. That's three
Yep.
games. I can count.
Yep.
So game four is tonight. Celtics is up 2-1. And Gio, who do you think is gonna win tonight? And who do you think is gonna be the difference maker for the winning team?
Look, man, I don't know. Just as you asked me that question, I don't know if you see my screen behind me. The Celtics light went out and the Warriors went out. Do you see that?
I see it now. Yeah.
So my answer to that question was going to be this. I don't know, but I think it's just my light kind of doing this thing. But it did something. I know it wasn't tripping, but so maybe it's like the game's going to be good. So
Hey, I
I don't have
hope
an.
not to throw you off, man. I
You
hope you
see
got
it.
warranty on that TV because that thing is just.
I see it. That's brand new. That's never happened before. So maybe I'll turn it off. But it could be the system. Either way.
I got
So
you on your
the
birthday.
see, I didn't even ask, and I get it. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's like that's how the universe works. No, but
That's how it works.
I don't know who's gonna win, but I just know that these teams are battling, right? So um, that's my answer. I don't know who's gonna win. I'm excited to watch, but the most important thing I think is watching the game and watching the ins and outs, not the highlights that everybody's watching and going back to work and talking with their buddy. Watch the game. Watch the
Mhm.
chess match that's going on. And I've heard this from quite a few friends. I don't know if us as Boston fans are extra hyped for this playoffs because the Boston Celtics are doing so great. But other people, and I don't know if you've heard this, but other people like they're saying the playoffs kind of like whack a little bit. But I think it's great. I
I
thought
mean,
all of it was great
it's always great when your team is in it.
for sure.
So
It's
you
extra
know,
special. It's the cherry on top if you like
yeah.
cherry, but whatever it is that you like on top, it's there. You know what I mean? But I think it's been a great series so far. I think it's been pretty good. Did you want to talk about them individually, or is there something particular that you wanted to do? But I think it's going to be a good game, but it might be Golden State. If not, I want to talk about some of that stuff later.
Listen, I'll pick my winner tonight. I think it's going to be Boston Celtics. They're
Look,
home. The momentum is there. A lot of the players are talking about the crowd. The distraction is somewhat there. I'm picking Boston tonight, and if Jalen Brown comes out hot again, or JT, just to get going, um, I'm going to go with Boston on this. And I think Golden State, they have too much things that they're worrying about outside of the basketball right now. Fans, my wife is saying this, podcasts.
yeah,
This guy's leaving the game, going to podcasts. And, you know, should this guy get suspended? Injury to Steph.
yeah,
I think that's a big deal, man, because it's
no,
not
absolutely.
it's a re-injury.
They are
So
the underdogs, I think, right now. Even though, like, I mean, they still have weapons, even though some of them are dinged up right now. But like,
yeah,
there's stuff that I don't want to get ahead of myself on and talk, right? But I wanted, to make sure we cover some of the points that I think each one of us want to talk about. But yeah,
all right.
what's the biggest thing for you right now? Like you,
For me right now, let's just say point of emphasis, I guess we can say, is all about defense and rebounding for the Celtics. If the big man rebound, get the ball going up the court, Celtics have a good chance of winning with no problem
yeah,
and staying out of foul trouble, especially the way they refing it now and what's going on with Draymond Green and how they're refereeing the games.
Yeah,
Um, I'm gonna say, yeah, just rebounding and good defense, no easy baskets. And I think the player that's gonna make a difference, and it's funny because when we spoke, you said it.
I
Robert
did, didn't I?
Williams
I did.
is a
It's too,
big difference. Literally a big difference.
because
So
they're small. Warriors play small ball, right?
right.
Green is that's the bully, right? The
Yeah.
and I know you're hot about it because you want to talk about Green bad. And if you want to do that, we can get into that in a minute. But that leads me into, I think one of the people I think that's very important for the Celtics is White, right? Because remember we
Yeah.
talked and I said that he was small when they played in the previous series, and then now he's playing the Warriors. He seems bigger. He
Right. Yeah.
attacks. He provides an option, and when they have to respect his jumper because he's hitting threes. I think
Hmm.
he's the key. There are many keys, but he is a very big one in this category, and pun intended, because he is normally small. I always complain about him falling, like he gets
Yeah.
knocked over. He gets up though; he's tough, but he just
Yeah.
seems to get knocked over. But here, he seems to be a little bit of a bully, and then just Jalen Brown and Tatum are just going like they're going off of each other, and it's
Yeah.
just the offense is great. And then you throw Horford in there, Williams, it's out of control, out of control.
Yeah. I think Williams, you said it, man. And I think, look, when you talked about Williams when we spoke on the phone, and the first thing I said is, if I'm in there and coach puts me in, the first thing I'm gonna do is what?
Yeah,
I'm getting Green out of the game.
Green, yeah,
Yo,
get
because
in his
what I've
head. That
heard,
passion and that emotion will get him out.
well, you said passion. So today, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, I heard somebody say something. I was like, that's true. This guy is playing emotional, not with emotion. Two different things. Because
Yes,
he does play with emotion, but right now he's playing emotional, right?
that's the double-edged sword of being that guy that brings the rah rah, that brings the
Hmm.
energy. But when it's not working right, that energy flips from positive to negative real quick. So you got to have somebody that's balanced too.
But sometimes that's not enough. You need more from Green. He's
Oh,
Green's gotta score at least 15 points for that team to have a chance and stay in the game. For them to have a chance. Well, let me not say that because Steph can go off, but I'm only saying that because Steph, he's a little bit injured. We don't know how bad, but it's there because the way he plays is run around picks.
yeah,
He's running around screens. That could be a little bit tough. So if Green scores 15 to 20 points, I think they could easily take the game. But is Green
yeah.
going to do that? Mm-mm.
So,
And I hope
so
not.
this is one interesting thing. Like so far, the beginning of the first three games have all started a little different, and it starts like the game starts and it's off 9-0. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like so, and it's usually Celtics. The Celtics usually start off hot, except for game two, I think. Game two, the Celtics did
Right.
not come out, and that was when Steph and them answered after game one's debacle. So game
Right.
one, Celtics ran it. We were like, oh snap! Like this might be you don't want to say this might be easy, but we look good. Like this
Hmm.
is possible. That's when I mean I already told you I thought it was possible round one, way back when we started talking about it. And we're like, hey, let's start talking about the game. I was like, I haven't really been into basketball as much as I used to, but getting back into it, this is a hell of a time to get right back into it because it's amazing, right? Um, but but the Celtics they got stuff that are making it difficult matchup wise with the Warriors, man. And they're starting
Yeah.
off. Whoever starts off hot, we'll see.
Yeah. I think one thing I would say is I do feel like White coming off the bench. Um, and if White gives you 10 points and Marcus can give you 15 and Al Horford gives you 12 to 14, it's a done deal. But like I said, if those guys can average 15, Marcus and Al, it's a win. It's a win for the Celtics. But one thing I want to say, man, I want to look. Jalen Brown does not get a lot of love, and I get heated because I think he's such a good player, man. Like last game, he had more points than Tatum, but if you go watch ESPN, it's nothing but Tatum. I'm like,
Yeah.
did you see when Jalen Brown
Hey,
did in the
look,
first quarter? Why don't people talk about Jalen
that's
Brown
what
like that they
Scottie
should
Pippen.
though?
Scottie Pippen is minding his own business wherever he's at, and he's listening because you just
My favorite
Scottie
player of all time.
Scotty's like, wait, what? Because that's exactly it, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously they work off each other, but Tatum's the leader, so Tatum's gonna get it, and Tatum deserves it, right? But
Yeah.
Jalen ain't no joke either. And if they stay together and they both understand this, like this day and age, the people who know will know, and then they will be, and the Boston will get the credit. They will become solidified as one of the Boston. Boston we love our trios, we love our
Mm.
groups. Just like the Cowboys have their triplets, we have our trio. Our big three. So, and for us, it's like, is it Williams? Because I hope it's Williams. Because
Yeah.
if it's Williams, it's great. Because and then, like you said, the problem with it too. And I'm trying to stay concise and focused on the thing. But being a fan and in the game being 19 minutes away, I'm excited for it. So
Yeah. But
they can shoot. They can shoot. Hold on. They can shoot. So like this spreads the field. All of them can shoot. Like Williams, but he can
yeah,
stay
but
out there and then he can drive.
William
And he
is
can
doing a
drive.
better Draymond Green than Draymond
And
Green is doing Draymond
drive.
Green.
Absolutely. But so this is the problem that a smaller Golden State Warriors are having. So go ahead. My bad.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say William is just our Draymond right now, and he's doing a better appreciate he's doing a better Draymond than Draymond is. Right?
That's
He had
because
10 boards
yeah,
last game.
that's because I think he's
Draymond I
better
think
and
had
he's young.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Shot
young.
blocker. Shot blocker. But anyways, I actually think Celtics will take it, and I think I'm with you with White. I like to see White get good 10 to if he can give you 15, that's even better. But if he can give you hustle, defense, and 10 points,
Yeah.
I think we might be okay. And I think Jalen Brown, hopefully he just attacks, and attacks. He can shoot, but I want to see more attack because they have no shot blockers.
Yeah.
Just attack. You're home. You're gonna get the calls. Just attack. I'm just hoping we see a better. It's weird to say a better Tatum,
Yeah.
because he still gets you
There's a little,
25
there's some
in a weird
inefficiencies
way.
here and there. He has droughts
Yeah.
that he disappears a little bit, but other than that, I don't really see a big issue. I think he's doing great in the team and the scheme that they got going on. But
Mm.
I have a question for you and I have a comment. My comment is this: is like, what is up with Golden State Warriors? Like I said, I don't watch the game. I wasn't able to watch the games before the playoffs, right? Because I was busier. But the third quarter, the Warriors go off, off
Mm-hmm.
since the beginning of the playoffs. So like that's what they do. Like they go, oh, it's the third quarter, the number 3. Let's just rain because like that. It's like boxing somebody, knowing that this one round they're gonna like go hard.
Yeah. It's just
You just gotta
haymaker.
weather it.
It's haymakers, so that way those guys can just go and sit in the fourth and
But
rest.
Boston does a great job of recovering and then coming out in the
The
fourth
fourth.
quarter. And I'm like, damn, that's when you're like, that's nice. Like you can appreciate that, man. And it's just like as a Boston fan, a New England fan, it's like we're spoiled, man.
I like it though, man.
We're spoiled. It's great.
City of champs, man. So, man, what do you think about Green doing a podcast right after the game? Do you have an issue with that? Because a lot of people are like, if you're focused and like LeBron, I watched LeBron all his career,
Yeah.
and he's one of those guys that just locks in when it's time. It's like I don't need the noise, I don't need the wife here, nobody. This is where it's at. Do you have an issue with that? Because a lot of people are saying, hey, if you put up the numbers, right, then yeah, go ahead and do a podcast. But when you averaging 2 points, 3 points, you should be focusing and staying at the gym instead of running to the hotel to do a podcast. What do you think? Do you think that's a distraction?
Um, Is it a distraction? Um, that's an
At
easy
least
question.
Green.
So there's two things. I think you started saying that should he be doing it, and then is it a distraction? So should he be doing it? Yes, do it if it's what he wants to do, right? Like you do what you want.
Right.
So like, and then the distraction part is yes, it can be because if you have a bad game, you have all these issues, or you might, you podcast right after, you still in your feelings about stuff. We're human. We're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna make comments that are wrong. So you might make a comment that you otherwise wouldn't if you're not on the podcast, right? So if it's
Mm.
afterwards, you want to do it, great. But if you want to accept those consequences, we're able to do whatever it is that we want in life.
Right.
It's just about the consequences that follow it, right? So he can do it if you
I,
want.
I think he needs to lock in, man. Lock in a little bit, man, because everybody else is putting their body on the line too. I'm not saying it's
But
wrong.
that
I'm just
well,
saying a little bit of
okay,
focus.
we can discuss that. We got 14 minutes before the game starts. So you're telling him he needs to lock in, but maybe that for him that's a way that he can lock in. There were a lot of players like that. Dennis
Hmm.
Rodman, right? We can go all the way back to Babe Ruth. Did you think he locked in the day before he was breaking championship? Yeah, he was locked in all right on what he was doing at that time. And then when the game time came, he locked in. So other people, and then you look at this generation of younger people, they're busy. They're always doing different things, right? So this is just he's doing what everybody else is doing, but he's just doing it live. There's the only difference.
No, but Gio, the point is though, put up the numbers at least. If that's not a
True,
distraction, like he says, put up
true.
the numbers. Don't give me 4 points and foul out. Let me tell you something. Do you know that Draymond has 15 points in the whole series? Three
Look,
games.
I know his scoring is not great,
Do you
and
know
his
how many
shooting
fouls he
percentage is not
has?
great. A lot of them because that's who he is.
15. 15 fouls, 15 points. Are you
But
kidding
that's
me,
why
bro?
you. But that's what I've always. I mean, that's what I believed him to be originally, and he started like making a lot of offensive plays. And you brought a great point when we had our offline discussion about like the reason why he did that is because everybody else was so like priority that needed to be guarded. He's wide open against the fifth man, the leftover or whatever, so, and he's working it. So like, you'd have to look at the footage and see that, but like, or maybe there's analytics, I'm sure numbers on that, but like you watch the sport a lot and you have a very keen eyesight on that. So like, I trust it. And when I'm watching it, not now because it's a different game, but like
Right.
watching some of the highlights and looking at all that stuff, you can see, and KD,
Exactly. This man is
that's,
a safety back there, and he's got Clay, Curry,
yeah, he's
and
coming in hot.
KG.
He's coming in hot.
He's just picking up the ball. It's like, oh, Draymond with
Yeah.
another steal. Draymond with the rebound. Like,
Yeah.
really, bro?
Look, here's the
This is
thing.
different.
I we I don't want to come across biased, right? So I'm going to ask you a
I'm just
question.
not a I'm not a Draymond Green
So
fan. That's
let
all.
leave it aside. So we know that. So Draymond Green is not going to be the answer or the words coming out of your mouth in this answer. So who you giving props to on the Warriors side? Because obviously we're Boston fans, but like I've seen some things. So what have you seen from the Warriors players?
I mean, look, Curry is Curry,
Yep, we
right?
already know. It's just
Got
stupid. It's dumb, but we know.
sometimes I just don't get it. Like how you have no space and you just throw it up there and it's in. It's like you have
Mm,
to be a fan of the guy, even if you say, you know what, I can't stand him.
listen,
Who shoots like that? Who
listen.
shoots like that?
Listen, listen. I was so mad the other day. I was playing 2K, and everyone does that.
Oh,
They put the Steph Curry step back three, and it's green all
yeah,
day. So you 2K people know what I'm talking about. But it's
but you've
not
seen it in real
fake.
life.
It's not
Yes.
OP. I saw him flick a 3-pointer like 2 feet beyond and it was just it went. It's net. It's just
Yeah,
net. It's out of this. I didn't want to talk about it because like you don't need to, right?
yeah. So
But
let me tell you something. Do not be surprised if you don't see one of the bench players. I forget his name. If it's Kalinga, I think is his name. He's a
yeah, I know
rookie,
what you're talking
but
about.
he's very athletic,
I
dude.
think he's one of the key points, like the six man or the light coming off the bench. He's very athletic. It's cool.
He's got to play
Oh,
more.
man, I don't want to butcher his
You
name, but
have
I know
you
what
have to. If you don't, you have to do something. You know what? Here's another thing. I want to give Jalen Brown some love, right? Because I think he don't get as much, and I understand. But what about the coach? The the Boston coach is doing an amazing job,
absolutely because
right?
they are well coached. You could tell
You got to give him
defensively.
props for that.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
defensively, game plan wise, like they do a really good job. You could see it, and I think both teams, obviously, because they're in the finals, like that they're well coached. But when you watch two teams with two great coaches, that both these teams are coachable, they're adjusting on the fly and they're adjusting game to game.
Yeah,
It's great, and you're seeing quarters where they just take off, and it's just like it's whoever's got that extra is going to finish. But it just seems to fizzle out in the fourth, though. Like and two times it was Boston that just went hard from being down, right? They were down
yeah.
and then they
They were
came
down.
back.
They
So
were down 15.
I don't know, man. I For the record, I don't know who's going to win. You know who I want to win. But if Boston wins, it's essentially a wrap. It they might the Warriors might like claw back one more, but then it's gonna wrap at the end, I think. And if it goes seven,
Bo-
it's gonna be amazing.
Boston got this tonight, man. Look,
Uh, if they win, it might be a wrap.
look, double Curry. Whoever is on Draymond, leave Draymond. Go double Curry. Like I heard
Keep
somebody said
him
today,
wide open.
if we're gonna lose, he's got to score 70 to 80 points.
You giving Green the green light?
Give him the green light. This dude will drive to the basket and go because he wants to pass. He doesn't want to shoot. He'll be in the lane and he's looking to pass because that's how he plays. But think about it. You were playing with Curry and KD. Of course, you wanted to pass. Why would you shoot? These are the
Yeah, he
three
got
Hall of
conditioned to it. He
Famers.
got he got conditioned to being like
Yeah.
last case, buzzer beater if need be. It's in my hands,
Mhm.
or I'm wide to fudge open.
Gio, let me ask you a question because I think we're gonna save. There's a question I want to ask you, and I think I am so ready to just talk about it. Like I am, I'm ready to talk about it.
Yeah,
Um, I think I want to ask it a different question because we don't have much time. So I don't want to ask that question.
8 minutes.
So I'm gonna put that in my back pocket on the next pod because the series still going to be go on when we do the next pod. So what's a Hall of Famer to you? Like in terms of basketball, what makes a player a Hall of Famer to you? Is it championships? Is it numbers? Is it both? Is it impact in the
I,
sport?
man, I don't. Again. These questions. I'm not prepped for this. Um,
We just have a
I
conversation.
think people go into numbers and championships a lot because it's a metric. It's a way to measure, right? So when you got
Mhm.
two people that you think that you want to compare two quarterbacks, right? Eli Manning and Peyton Manning, right? Great example. And then you want to look at championships. Well, in this case, it's was it 2-2, but Eli went to more, or it's equal at the end, right? But
Yeah,
we all know as on the field, or if you're drafting a team, who you getting
yeah.
in their prime, one game, which one are you taking? Right?
People say
And
probably
obviously one,
Peyton.
but this may be a crazy example because like Manning's not even a Hall of Famer. But what I'm saying is they use the metric system, so they use wins, loss, championships, and percentage and numbers to value, right? But from an athlete's perspective, it's someone who's a Hall of Famer, someone who came in, changed the game, changed the position, was a force to be reckoned with. Everybody that opposed them was like, wow, like they were in awe. Like if your peers are in awe of you and your numbers show it, and then add those other things. I think we look at
Right,
the Super Bowl stuff because like the Barkleys and the Ewings and the Dan Marinos, like these guys were gay. They just
right.
didn't have all the pieces that didn't work out. It just wasn't that they weren't great enough, right?
But they
So
make. I think impact should be
yeah,
a big
impact.
deal.
Instant impact in
Impact.
the game and changed it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's so. But for a long period of time, right? Because longevity, I think, matters to a degree, or how bright you shine for a short bit of time. But now you got to then add some you add that stuff. So, but I think that's kind of how that was. So for basketball, it's
Okay.
it's different.
People. So look, I'm not. I don't. We're not gonna have this discussion. We'll leave it here, but we definitely got to talk about this. Okay.
These stats.
You tell me. People say he's a Hall of Famer, Draymond Green. Now it
Is
could
that
just be because I can't stand him. So his career points, 8.7 points in his career. Rebound 6.9, assist 5.4. So 8, 6, and 5. That's a Hall of Fame
what up,
stat.
Steve?
Is that Hall of Fame stat? What,
I
what am I
don't
missing
think
here,
so.
man?
You have to. I mean, so for basketball, the
Then Kwame
championship
Brown,
situation.
then Kwame Brown should be in there.
There's a lot of people that have multiple championships that a lot of people don't know have those multiple championships, and they're not Hall
Right.
of Famers, right? And that's kind of to my point of what I was talking about. But it's about
But how
impact, you
how
know.
is this guy a Hall of Famer the way
I
they
don't
talk
think
about
he.
him?
I don't
Because he
think he
plays
is. I
defense?
don't. who? So I don't know who's saying it. I don't hear anybody, but he
Oh no,
even on those great like Warrior like a couple years back, he's number four,
yeah,
five, number
picking up
five.
the trash.
Hi- him and Clay maybe like no.
He was picking up the
He's
trash.
fifth on one team. Great team,
So
mind you.
so let me ask you another question. You remember Antoine Walker?
Absolutely.
Do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
No, but
Easy
Celtics,
question.
he's in Celtics. He's in,
It's an easy question, right? It's a
yeah.
no. But look at his career stats:
Ooh,
17,
yeah. That's why
7
those
and
metrics are
3,
crazy.
and
Yeah,
a championship,
yeah,
and has more All-Star than Green. But
yeah.
somehow,
But if you're
Green's
asking
a
me,
Hall of Famer.
I'm putting Antoine over not only as a homer and as a Celtic fan, but
No,
um
I'm going by the numbers right here. I'm not even.
right, right. But I would say Antoine's a way better player than Green. I never thought I thought he was the bully. I thought he's the guy that comes in there and disrupts thing, gets in the head of weaker mentality superstars. You know what I mean? That's what he does. And then somewhere he started shooting open threes, and he got enough practice at it, and he realized, oh, I'm not bad at it,
But
you know.
that's
But
my point, though. What impact did Green make in the game? You're going to be a Hall of Famer with 8, 6, and 4.
no,
But
he'll go
Kwame
down like
Brown was a bust.
he's gonna go down like a Larry Johnson. And I don't mean any disrespect to Larry Johnson.
Larry's still better than him.
I
Yes,
don't mean
thank
any,
you.
but I don't, but you know what I'm talking about, Big Mama, right? Like Steve, I was thinking about Robert Ory when I
Yeah, he's
mentioned
got the
people.
rings.
He's got more rings than Brady, but like ask any young basketball head today, they probably don't even know who Robert Ory is. They couldn't pick him out on our lineup. I'll tell you.
But Gio,
What about
but
Rick
still
Fox? He
though,
got a few too. It's another, but well, it's another day.
but look at this dude's field goal percentage, 44.1. How it baffles me when
And they're
people
wide
say
and they're
he
wide open, by the way.
it baffles me when people say to me that Green is a Hall of Famer, and I can't
2 minutes.
understand how and why.
He's not, but
Gio,
we got 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Let me ask you another
2 minutes.
question. Do you think Al Horford's a Hall of Famer?
I don't think so. I don't think
13,
so.
8, and 3. Green can't touch his numbers. 6 All Stars. And if he wins this one, a championship, he's not a Hall of Famer. He's not. How is Green a Hall of Famer?
He's not. And at that, we're gonna leave it with 1 minute to go.
Okay,
Green
I'm
is not a Hall
glad
of
you
Famer,
agree.
and we will watch it tonight. And we'll like I mean I never disagreed, but he's not. And if they go if Celtics go up 3-1, it's a wrap.
All right. So I don't know. I wanted to listen. I think we're going to talk about this more because I have so
We'll
much to
come
say
back,
about
right?
Green.
Talk? Yeah, for sure.
Yes, I just don't get how people say, "Oh, he's definitely a Hall of Famer," and I don't understand why. You know who I think should be Hall of Famer and people don't give him love? This guy right here. I just wanted to show him love. I'm showing love to everybody.
Oh,
DeRozan, 24-3, and nobody talks about this guy. Probably one of the best premier player in the sport. Inside the 3-point line, one of the best.
mhm.
You put Green in over this guy because he won
Yeah,
3 championship, because he had 3 Hall of Fame. Like, come on,
but they're
man.
not the same position though.
No, no, no. You're right. You're
We're
right.
out of time.
But
The
that's
game
but
is
that's
on.
why I
We could
said
talk
Antoine
about this
Walker.
later. But DeMar DeRozan is nice. I get him on
Yeah.
2K all the time because he's nice.
Well,
But yeah,
that's why we should talk about it, because I do have Green's number versus Ben Wallace versus a couple of
yeah.
players that play same position.
Compare him to
Yeah,
small centers and big power forwards.
Dennis
Like
Rodman,
do
those
that.
guys. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
And then
oh,
I'll be like,
oh,
yeah,
I've done it. That's what I mean.
I bet. Game time. Game time. Let's go.
I've done. Yeah. All right. Before we go, Steve, who you got tonight, man? Who you got tonight, bro? I'm going with
You,
Celtics.
you know,
Gio's undecided right now, so me, I'm going Celtics. I'm saying, um, I think we just need to attack. I think Brown just needs to drive, attack, attack, attack,
Yeah,
attack, and
get physical, be
Robert
and
Williams.
defense.
We need some defense, some rebounding, and I think if White can give us 12, Holford give us 15, Marcus give us like
Marcus Smart.
12. We good, man. You know, he's going with the C's all day. Here we
Okay.
go, man. Come on, Gio, pick a team, man. Before we get out of here, man, pick a team, bro. Come on, man, do it. Pick a team, man. Go with the gut.
Look, man, you
Yeah,
know who I want, right? But yeah, no,
say it,
I think
say
the
it.
Celtics. I think the Celtics will start hard, and they're going to recover that third quarter friggin' bomb that they're going to be dropping, and then we're going to see it, and then we're gonna. Where's the next game at? Do we know?
Pick a team, bro. Gio, let me tell you
Celtics.
something. Your background
Celtics.
is green. Your shirt 617. It says Boston, bro. Pick a
No,
team.
that's my want. But yes, but it's going to be a great game. Celtics going to pull it out in the end, and I hope it comes down to a good ending. I don't want it to be whack. Everyone's over there getting beer on the sideline. Let's have a good game and let's freaking enjoy this damn thing, man. Get this
Hey,
chip.
by the way, Green, it's cool that your wife came out on Twitter, said all those things about the Boston fans. And then I watched you after the game on a podium. He sits down with his 8-year-old son. First thing he says is, shit. So what are you talking about? What is your wife talking about? Boston fans are rude. The first word you said next to your kid is shit. And then you want to come, man. Listen, man, I can't stand Green, dude.
I know, just gotta let it
I
go,
can't
man. Let it
stand him,
go.
dude.
It's not good for you. Like, let it out. Win the championship and just let it move on.
I'm letting it out. This is where I let it out. This is a space where we do that.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's good.
All right, game's gonna start.
Let's go.
Celtics,
We're
let's
late,
go.
man. Let's go. It's time to
Um,
go. We'll
yeah, they're
catch y'all
probably
later.
singing right now. So I'm gonna have the game in the Discord. If anybody want to jump in there and watch, it's gonna be in Discord as well. So, anyways, man, follow Geo on Twitch because he's been streaming a little bit. So check him out. His channel is right there at the bottom. And also for me, check me out on YouTube. I'm doing some reaction videos. I'm changing it up a little bit. And if you guys like what's happening, give it a good thumbs up. And hopefully we'll be back. I don't know. Definitely we need to be back next Friday. But if if I don't finish the water, I don't know. Maybe we'll come back after. Maybe not. We're not
Hey, depending
promising
on how,
anything.
yeah, if
So,
the game doesn't end in a hot mess of like boringness, like, because I don't think it will. I think it's gonna be great. And if it's hype,
all
I'm
right.
probably gonna be hype. It's gonna be late because I'm an hour behind you, so it's gonna be 12:30.
It's not a problem with me. Time is time. First of
Hey,
all, let me tell you something. If Green gets fouled out, I'm coming on whether Gio comes or not. I'm coming on.
you're gonna be
I'm
here just
coming
by
on.
yourself.
I'm
Well, I'll try to
coming
be here.
on.
Well, I appreciate Steve. I appreciate you commenting, jumping on. Shows that you're a sub and a true fan, so a friend and a fan. So I appreciate it.
That's right, man. Yeah, we'll leave it there, man. Go Celtics, and hopefully we can take it home.
Let's go.
And next game we'll win it. And yeah, man, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys soon.